Dear brothers and sisters, one of the most beautiful things about paradise, about Jannah, and it is full of beauty, and Allah has prepared for its inhabitants, may Allah make us amongst them, that which no eye has seen, no ear has heard, and no imagination could ever comprehend. But one of its most beautiful traits is that it never gets old. What that means is that every day when you think you have peaked in terms of beauty, it gets more beautiful. When you think you've seen its most beautiful palace, Allah opens up the doors of another palace. When you see your spouse in paradise, and no one is single in paradise, your spouse is more beautiful every time you see them. When you go to its marketplaces, you see things that you didn't see the last time. The fruits taste better. Every single moment in Jannah is an upgrade. It gets better and better and better and better. And Allah is surely capable of that being never ending. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us its inhabitants. Allahumma ameen. And no one in Jannah thinks that they have anyone above them. So that's also one of the blessings of Jannah, is that you don't have the fear of missing out. The person who is in the lowest level thinks that they must be in the highest level because of what Allah is unveiling for them. That's the beauty of paradise. It keeps getting better and better and better and better. Blessing after blessing after blessing after blessing. The counterpart to that is this dunya, is this life, where sometimes you get hit by a hardship and you think, this is the hardest it's ever going to get. And then something else happens, and something else happens, and something else happens, and something else happens. And so the idea of it all falling apart. And of course, the way that we come in to the way that we then age, and the way that things start to wither away, we lose our appetite for this dunya, and it just seems to sometimes fall apart. And of course, that's true also in the collective sense with al-fitan, with trials and tribulations. They start to strike one after the other, to where you feel like you can't catch up. On an individual level, you get hit and you think, this really hurts. And I think that this is the hardest it's going to get. And then something else happens. You look to the world, and if you are an empath, the believer sees a person falling off of a plane in Afghanistan or off of a boat from Libya. And where does my heart go to? How can I encompass all of this? May Allah make it easy for all of our brothers and sisters wherever they may be. So Jannah keeps getting better. Dunya, seemingly at least, seems to keep getting worse. And one of the things that happens to us is that sometimes it's also our perception that when one trial hits, we read into things that aren't necessarily trials as being trials after that, or we magnify our trials. You know, it's like if someone is in a boxing ring and they get hit and they say, you know, you can tell that the fighter was never the same for the rest of the fight, even if they managed to get back up and they managed to recover, but the effect of that hit was there. And so sometimes what happens after a major trial hits you in life, you start reading into it way more than what should be read into it, and it's like, Ya Allah, why is it all falling apart? What's happening? Why do the punches keep on coming?